First, I will open the floor for the coach to speak a few words regarding the preparations and the latest of the team. After that, I will open the floor to the media. Please keep in mind to raise your hand to ask questions and to wait for your chance, and also to ask questions relevant to the upcoming match only. The time limit for the press is 20 minutes.
Thank you very much. Okay, one day prior to the final game in the group, obviously it's been very busy last 7 days for Indian team, 3 games in 7 days. The most important thing for us was to refresh our players' legs, their minds, and prepare them for the final game in the group, which is obviously very important for us, also for Maldives, because only one of these teams can reach the finals. So the situation is will be easier for Maldives in regards to the actual situation on the table. Obviously, with the draw, they will be good enough. They will be more satisfied. So it's very clear what we need to do in tomorrow's game. From the very beginning, from the very start, we need to look for a win. That's how we're gonna approach the game, and that's what we are working on. Generally, what I can say is that I'm quite happy with the performances in the last 3 games. Looking at the way we played, looking on the possession numbers, looking on the shots and everything else, the team did well, the best they can do after such a short preparation. The most important thing is that we conceded only 2 shots against us in 3 games. You know, one of these shots was a goal, so our goalkeeper was not busy at all in last 3 games. We dominated all the games, which we insist from our players. And obviously there is the same old problem which is following us and staying and living with us in our games, and that's scoring. It's been there for many years, not from yesterday. The scoring problem will probably stay with us for a while until we get out and produce few more good strikers like Sunil Chetri is, you know. So we cannot be the team which will depend only on one player scoring goals. We need to be more confident in front of the goal. We need more players without fear in the box, with more calmness, with more determination, I would say, in front of the goal. And then the things will be much, much easier. Thank you.
In the previous edition of SAFF Championship, in the final, Maldives won against India, and there are some of players who played in the Indian team, those players who played in the final itself. And looking at the current squad of Maldives players also played in this game. Do you believe that their belief in the game that a revenge factor would be in this match?
I mean, it's been a long time since that happened, you know. 2018, 3 years back. Most of these players are now very experienced players, you know, and they are in their mid-age if we speak about football. So they are not young anymore. Although we're going to witness tomorrow 2 great veterans on the pitch, Avshak from one side and Sulit from another side. It's a joy watching them play, both of them, you know. If they are playing in the same team, it would be a great combination of players for a coach to have such 2 players in the team, you know. But anyway, I think that Maldivian team improved a lot, that they are more compact than they were before, that they insist more on passing football, on possession ball football. They are creating chances, and you know, they were not obviously wasting their time last few years. They improved as a team.
Coach, after 2 draws, you have won very important 3 points that helped you stay alive in the tournament. How much of a motivational boost would that be facing against Maldives?
The best motivation you always get from winning games, you know. As much as it was not easy to have 2 draws at the opening of the tournament, also it was very important after we beat Nepal, you know. Because it was kind of a relief, not for me, but for the players, for their confidence, for their future work. You know, they deserve to win all 3 games, but it didn't happen. That's football, you know. without scoring goals, you cannot win games. You can play good, you can do well, but without scoring goals, there is no game winning. So this thing needs to change in Indian football, and I hope it will change soon.
A question for Jackson. It's a must-win match for us, for the Indian team. So, what are the players thinking? Could you tell us something about the mood in the camp?
I think the mood in the camp is now much better. We didn't have a good result in for us 2 matches, but we got a 3 point, very important 3 point. I think we are already we did very good in last match. So hopefully we will get that positive thoughts and we'll take it to this final group matches.
Coach, the amount of time given to the players to play within the competition or the rotation policy have been quite good for Indian team. We have seen that many of the players got the chance with minutes within themselves. And looking at the other side, we see that Maldives rely on a same 11 or 4 other players or 5 players. Do you believe that you have an edge on that coming to this game?
I mean, at the beginning of this tournament, I told you our aim is not only to participate here and try to win the tournament. One of other aims we had here is to see all the players we brought here, because this is the last chance before we start third round of qualifiers. And obviously for me as a coach, which started working just a little bit more than 2 years ago, and creating one new team, one generally new team, because here you cannot find more than 4 or 5 players which were before in the previous team, before my arrival. So things are very different, and I need to make sure that each player invited who will be with the national team has enough strength, has enough determination, has enough quality to adapt to what we are looking for and to help the team once he gets the chance on the pitch. So we are using every opportunity to change the team, to give everyone who is here with us chance to appear, to prove itself, and to see how far we can go with him in the future. So that is very important for us. Generally, I think that we are growing up as a team, not rapidly as we would like. Obviously, Corona stopped many things, so it stopped our work also in a certain way, because we couldn't have any serious camps in last 2 years. Only one camp in Emirates and final stages of the second round of qualifiers. So for one team to have a possibility of being together for just over 1 month in 2 years, it's nothing. You cannot expect any kind of progress in such a way, but there is no one to blame. Circumstances were pretty similar to everyone in Asia, So hopefully we are coming now to a position where we can start preparing ourselves for more time spending together. ISL season is starting soon, and it will be over just end of February or beginning of March, which will give us enough time throughout April and May to prepare this team for the future and to expect many, many good things out of it.
Coach, as you have mentioned that Chetri and Ashfaq, it would be an absolute joy to watch them. Other than them, especially in Maldives, other than Ashfaq, there's 2 more other strikers that are able to score. They have proved it. How much of a problem would that be, or do you think that it would be a problem for Indian team?
Of course, they have other players than Ashfaq, so it's obvious that the Maldivian team played really well up front. They were creating lots of chances. Their movements are great. It's reasonable understanding between Ashfaq and other front players. They know how to move when he receives the ball. They know where to run, and he knows where they are running without looking. So obviously the understanding on the pitch between Maldivian players is quite good. How they're going to play tomorrow, it depends on us also, how much we're going to let them play well. So if our defenders and our team does what I expect them to do, Maldivian team shouldn't play much.
That concludes the press for now. Thank you for coming.